I'm Abby, and I've been diabetic for 16 years. I was with the children's team for 10 years before I came to transition. I was really nervous about the transition. Mostly my nerves were about sort of meeting new nurses and not seeing my old nurses and things like that. But then when I met everybody, it was absolutely fine and I felt really welcomed by the team. So I'm here today to meet up with Jade and Tom, and they're still in the paediatric ward, but they're going to be coming up to transition. So it's important to meet with them and just chat to them and see how they feel about it all. Hello!
Hiya.
Hi.
Hi, I'm Jade.
Hi Jade, I'm Abby.
Hi, nice to meet you, I'm Tom.
Hi Tom, I'm Abby. Nice to meet you. Definitely, and it's...
Lovely, thank you very much.
Thank you so much. So Jade, how are you feeling about moving up to transition period?
Well, I'm quite nervous because I won't know anyone there. It'd be like meeting new people for the first time. It'd be quite nice to have like a fresh start, as it were.
Yeah, and I think that's something you definitely will get with your transition, and you'll get to know your nurses and your consultant quite well, and your dietitian, and it'll all just become really natural, and you'll get on like a family.
So how long and how often would you have an appointment with the adult clinic?
So with the adults clinic, you have to see your consultant every 6 months, and then you can see your nurse. Obviously that's a bit more optional. So for example, I'll go and see my nurse Alison maybe once every 3 months. Sometimes I'll see her 2 times, 3 times. So it just depends on sort of your level of care and what you need at that time really with your nurses. But in your clinic appointments you'll see your dietitian, your consultant every 6 months, and they check everything like they do at the children's.
So who can you take with you to your appointments?
I mean, that's up to you entirely. You can take a partner, parents, friends, or you can just go alone. It's however you feel comfortable and who you want to go with you, but it's all on you now. Yeah, you can take whoever you want. So it's completely up to you. It's one of the reasons I still take my mum sometimes, and that's very rarely, but it's so that she can sort of see how I'm getting on with my care and how I deal with it. I've got a friend Chris who's in Kidderminster, but you could meet up with him and maybe talk to him about it as well.
Okay.
So I'll give him a message.
Yeah, thank you.
So did you find the talk with Abigail really quite helpful?
It did. I found it really useful. A lot of it was like peace of mind as well.
Yes.
Knowing that there are people there who will like actively want to come and help you.
Yes. I think that because you're more responsible, I kind of like that because it kind of shows that you are more of an adult.
Yeah.
Like people won't think of you as like a little child anymore. You're like, no, actually, I look after all my care.
Yeah.
And it kind of makes you feel like a bit more
individual, isn't it?
Yeah.
You've got more freedom and leeway. Yeah. It was good knowing about you go to your GP to have the HbA1c, say a week or 2 weeks before you have your appointment at the clinic.
Then it's done and over and done with it, and they can analyse the results then and there, and they can let you know.
Yeah.
And I think that's a bit of a better way to do it.
Hiya. I'm Tom.
Hi, nice to meet
Nice
you.
to meet you.
Hi, I'm Jade.
Nice to meet you. Should we go in? My name's Chris Bright. I'm the founder of the Diabetes Football Community, which is a peer support network set up to support diabetics in sport and football. And when I was diagnosed with diabetes, it was 1999, so I've had it for 18 years, and which means I've obviously transitioned through paediatrics and into the adult clinic. Nervous is definitely how you feel. It's a different. There's a worry there because you've felt so much support and you've had consistency ever since you were. For me, it would have been 8 or 9 years as a type 1 diabetic, but that change of person that you fear because you've had that consistency, which is always what you need with your diabetes, is to feel like you've got that support network, and then that change is always a bit worrying.
So what advice would you give to someone moving up to adult services?
It's your opportunity to take control of your condition. So a lot of the paediatrics approach is that they will coach you and they will help you through it, and you'll see them very regularly. This is your opportunity now, from you learning what you know from paediatrics, to then come back and take control of it and tell them how you want to manage it. As long as you're doing well, the onus will be on you to develop and improve your own control. So there's less focus on how you would get maybe your bloods and who you see. So you'll probably see some people less than you would when you're in the paediatrics clinic.
I'll be moving up to university soon. How did you feel about transferring the diabetes care?
So when I first moved into the clinic, it was a little bit of a worrying time. You go away from the consistency of who you've seen for the paediatrics clinic, but there's a lot of support out there, so they really help you transition. You've got the opportunity to ask questions, and the move isn't as difficult or as big as you might think it is in your own head. It's a fairly comfortable transition, just a little bit different to what you might be used to. From an adult clinic perspective, you can organise and you take more onus on and responsibility around your own care. So you could change the appointment to when you come home from university, try and fit it in around your schedule. But also you can seek out the help of the local GPs and doctors around the university that you're now going to help you manage that. Thank you very much.
It was really nice meeting everyone today, because I found I got a new perspective on the adult services, because it's really nice nurses and doctors telling us everything, but it's nice to know what it feels like from a first person's perspective.
Today I found the whole experience really, really informative. Before, I was always kind of umming and ahhing about the whole process, and if I was ready. It's given me a peace of mind knowing that they worry about the same things that I do.